No, you can't have my yarn. You can't have it. It's mine. It's mine. But my dears, if you don't let them see you and you don't let them touch your yarn, you will not have any friends. But if I let them have it, they will want it all the time. My yarn, mine. But they're the Weirdlings. They're good. You can give it to them. This is the game of Splendor, a game for 2 to 4 players where you are a merchant trying to buy up mines and all kinds of stuff so you can refine your gems and become the most rich merchant of all time. To set up the game, you're going to shuffle each tier of development cards and lay out 4 of each in a row, like this. You will then shuffle the noble cards and then pick 4 at random for the game. Then lay out the gem things, see these things? Lay out the gems for everyone to reach at. You will then choose at random who gets to go first and start the game. On your turn, you can do one of 4 actions. You can pick up 3 gems of different colors, 2 gems of the same color, as long as there are 4 gems out there on the board. You can buy a development card to place out in front of you, to score for points later and to also be used as permanent gem stash. Or you can take a card from the board and put it into your hand to hold on to redeem later. When you do that, you get a golden gem, and that gem can be used as a wild gem later on. At the end of your turn, you need to check the number of tokens you have. If you have more than 10, you'll have to give up tokens until you're back down to 10. When you purchase a development card, it serves 3 purposes. 1, it provides a discount for all your future purchases. 2, it provides victory points, possibly, not all of them do, victory points so that you can win the game. And 3, it counts toward the noble coming to visit you, which is your highest goal because you are forming an empire that you want nobles to come to visit. As a merchant, your goal is to get a noble who's obsessed with their vanity and all of their gloriousness to give you their money and come visit you so that they can take your gems. The more gems you produce and the more developments you make, the more likely they will do that. As soon as you have the number of development cards mentioned on the noble's criteria, so in this case 4 blue and 4 white, then they will come to visit you. If 2 nobles want to come visit you, you're going to have to pick between the 2 because only one noble's ego can fit into a space. Just because you have to pick between the nobles doesn't mean that other noble will not come visit you later. During your next turn, if you still meet that criteria and the noble still exists, you can gain that noble. The first person to 15 points signals the end of the game. You'll finish the round and then tally up your points. Person with the most points wins. To become the greatest merchant in all the land, you are going to need my top 3 strategies. Tip number 1, take the total gem cost into mind when purchasing a gem. There are some cards that are obviously more expensive than others, and then there are those rare gems that are super cheap. If you see those and you can, pick them up every time because the super cheap cards are worth it. So worth it. Tip number 2. The single color purchases are really hard to make. If a card requires just 1 gem color, it's really hard to get enough gems of 1 color to make that happen. With that said, they are really good to do mid to late game when you've gotten more development cards and they're at a greater discount. Tip number 3, focus on your noble goals. Nobles pretty much run the strategy of the game, especially when you're first starting out. So if you want to get better, focus on what the nobles want and get those free points. Build your development cards accordingly. So what you do is you buy the blanket thing. If they all want white, you buy white, right? Then what you'll notice is other people are building up their empires towards a certain other noble usually. So go after the noble that you see them not going for. So if they're all going blue because the nobles want blue, then go for the black one. Go for the one that wants white and black, not white and blue. I'm going to be honest, when I first played Splendor, I did not like it very much. I didn't understand the strategy, it was really random, and there were just some things that I didn't get. Then I started playing the online phone game, and I started understanding it better. Once I started understanding this game better, I fell in love. It's great for quick strategizing, it's relatively quick to play, it's got an obvious end goal of 15, so it ends in a decent time, and it ended up being, it's up there on my list. It's not my favorite, it's never going to be my favorite game of all time, but if I'm looking for kind of a potato chippy type of game, I'll pick Splendor up. Tell me down below what games you didn't like at first, but you kind of grew to love for some reason or another. Also, tell me the story as to why you grew to love them. We're the Weirdlings, we're doing this all the time. I'm Mary the Knitting Dev. I do board game content every week. You can find me here next week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again.